Hello everyone, welcome to Storytime in Seacliff. Well, Oberon, you might notice, really loves his gondolier shirt, so he's wearing it again today. But our story is not about Venice. This is the clue that we were given, something very, very fancy. The name of the book is Fancy Nancy. It's actually, we have two birthdays today, and one is our dear friend Nancy, and the other is our dear friend Pete. But Fancy Nancy is, yes, in honor of Nancy. Let's go. The story starts right here. That's her name, Nancy there. And Nancy is looking around her room, and she says, "This is what it looked like before I made it fancy." And sure enough, oh no, look at this. Whoa. Well, Nancy loves being fancy. And let's find out what else she did. Her favorite color is fuchsia, and that's a fancy way of saying purple. She likes to write her name with a pen that has a plume, another fancy way of saying feather. Well, nobody in Nancy's family is fancy at all. They never even ask for sprinkles when they get their ice cream cones. No. So, there's a lot that I have to teach them. First of all, lace trim socks make people play soccer better. Yes, indeed. And sandwiches absolutely taste better if there's a toothpick, and a frilly toothpick in it makes them the fanciest of all. A princess? A princess must always wear her tiara. Her doll? Her doll is called Marabella. Marabella, another fancy name. Well, one day I had an idea that maybe I could make my family fancy. Yes, so I put up a list on the fridge. Learn to be fancy with lessons from Nancy. Starts today. Free, easy, and fun. First of all, they had to decide what color they liked. They had to decide what they were going to wear. Let's see what I suggested. Okay, Nancy. Oh, whoa. Nancy brought in so many fancy things for Mom and Dad and her little sister to wear. Let's see how they look. Whoa, yes, oh my, look how fancy Nancy's mom looks. She's twirling in front of the mirror. Oh, and look at Dad. Oh, Nancy's dad has a wonderful fancy hat, and oh, so perfect, that suit and a little flower up on his collar. I think, says Nancy, we must go to a fancy place to eat. So sure enough, there they go. Outside, their car, which isn't too fancy, is waiting for them, but they make believe it's a limousine. Yes. All right, everybody get in the car and off they go. Oh, they arrive at the Royal Crown Restaurant. Everybody in the restaurant turns to look at them. There's Nancy, her dad, her mom, and her baby sister, all looking very, very fancy. Well, they order their food. Pizza's always delicious. And let's see what else they're going to order. Ho, ho, ho. A parfait, which is really an ice cream sundae. And there she goes up to get the fancy parfaits when all of a sudden, oh no, carrying the tray of parfaits back to the table, Fancy Nancy trips. Oh no, everything goes flying. Oh, no. Well, Nancy did not feel fancy. All she wanted was to go home. So they quickly picked up what they could and went home. But luckily, they had the makings of a parfait. And sure enough, Mom and Dad are making huge parfaits / ice cream sundaes for Nancy and her sister. And this is what Nancy said to Mom and Dad. Thank you. Thank you so much for being fancy tonight. And Dad said, I love you, Nancy. And Mom said, I love you, Nancy. All I could say back was, I love you, because there's not a fancy or a better way to say I love you than I love you. And that's the end of the story of Fancy Nancy. All right, let's find out. It's not a parfait, it's a cake. It's a birthday cake. Let's find out what it's going to look like. Okay, so Joseph, these are the vanillas. Joseph, Graham, Gregory, Annabelle, Kira, Haley, and Emily all vote for vanilla. Chocolate, Pete, the birthday boy. Riley, Molly, Alice, Maeve, Allison, Ben B. Oh no, Audrey and Lila and Nicholas all voted for chocolate. Oh, it seems like it's going to be a very chocolate cake today. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 chocolate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 vanilla. Okay, so it's definitely a more chocolate cake today. Okay, here we go. So remember, we have 2 birthdays. Let's start with Nancy. Okay, let's go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nancy. Happy birthday, dear Pete. Happy birthday to you. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, my friends, I'm waiting, Oberon, for a clue. Here it is. Oh, interesting. Look, my friends, look. All right, that's the clue for tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening to our story of Fancy Nancy. Thank you, cameraman Dan. Thank you, Oberon. And just as Fancy Nancy said, there's no better way of saying I love you than I love you. And I love you all.